When Elijah reached Horeb, the mountain of God, he went into the cave and spent the night in it. There is a stillness in the night, a favorability. It is a kairos, an opportunity, a moment privileged within the 24 hours. The Lord gave the example. He treasured the intimacy of the night, and we do well to follow that example. Go out and stand on the mountain before the Lord. In the faces of the Lord would be the Hebrew, and the mystery of being in head-on view, eye to eye, with the Divine Majesty is something that we can claim. We see not, we hear not, but we are in the presence of the great I Am. And with the means of grace that we have, which exceed those of Elijah, we can indeed do the same. And we know that the Lord laments the fact that his people do not do that. Notably at Holy Communion, one of the things that hurt his heart most is the way that he is hurriedly and casually received, and the gifts that he has prepared for his people remain unused. Why do we hurry that moment so? The unending multiplication of communion points in a church distracts from the centrality of the Lord's table, the sharing of that union physically, and leads to the grace of God being hurriedly received. It's the mentality that is out there in our culture. It's rather in ecclesiastical circles what happens in McDonald's. They give fast-moving music. It all speeds things up. The people are agitated. And so it is in church. Our liturgical sphere is contaminated, and the world has come in. Noise and not silence. The old translation of this passage contains non incommotione Dominus. The Lord was not in the commotion, in the earthquake, and it is so true. He taught also a great mystic soul in the 1930s, Sister Consolata Petrone, that he did not tolerate in her soul any absence of calm. He delights in the serene, unruffled soul, and only that soul can hear his voice. Non incommotione Dominus. One Sunday afternoon, first time round in Rome, sitting there quietly in my cell in the Collegio San Norberto, it did hit me that that privilege could be claimed. The Elijah experience. In the same house as the Lord, Blessed Sacrament there, under the same roof, with only books and good company, and the stillness of study, one could indeed claim that moment and ask ourselves, what are we doing? It was the question that came to Elijah. What are you doing here, Elijah? And we could ask the same. Am I running through life out of breath? If so, life will run out, and I will drop into the tomb, out of breath, asking where all that went so quickly. Quid hic agis, Elia? What are you doing here, Elijah? A question that I used to put sometimes to retreatants. What are you doing with your life? To sit and listen, and to wait a while for something more to be. To be alone with nothing but a thought, and to beguile the urgencies that these are moments own. To be no more than nothing in a space not filled with anything. To be but here, and to be here, all here, all in a place made all of nothing else. And there to hear. To hear, that is, the sound of listening. 'Tis to hear one small thing, for when no more we pulse, and hard repulse, all hastening, and linger for a while, where once before we heard hours pass. This is to pass along. A chasm where no traveller lingers.